If this is not the election campaign, can you imagine what the actual election campaign will be like? Now, the coalition was porking it up in 4 states and territories this week. There was the big dam, the Hell's Gate Dam announcement in Queensland. There was Angus's handouts for the frackers in the Northern Territory. There was the Moderna vaccine factory, a reheated old announcement in Victoria and in New South Wales. There was the zenith of good public policy, an absolutely magnificent initiative, shipping coal, shipping good Aussie coal to Ukraine. Now, we put a few calls in about this one, and we couldn't get to the bottom of it. The department spokesperson said it was all very confidential. But how, the blazes, does Captain ScoMo and his crew reckon they're going to get out of the port of Newcastle with Whitehaven's coal, with their donors' coal, ship it through the Suez Canal, has to be a thin boat to get through there, then up past the Russian-controlled port in Syria of Tartus, all the way up through the Bosphorus, past the Turks, and then past the Russian fleet in the Black Sea to get to the only remaining open port of Odessa. Now, it could be some sort of swap deal, but let's face it. No doubt Whitehaven will get its $30 million. That's our $30 million, excuse me. But the fact is, this has a feel of a bunch of sort of Hogan's Heroes scriptwriters in the office of the Prime Minister. Now, the dam, the Hell's Gate Dam in northern Queensland, this thing's been on the boil. It's been an idea for 80 years, and it's never happened. They've had a few goes at it. They are claiming that this dam will host a workforce of 7,000 people. 7,000 people to run a dam. The mainstream media just swallowed this 7,000 number, just totally ridiculous. It's more like 70 people to run a dam, not 7,000. They're claiming it's going to produce $6 billion in wealth, when people that know their dams claim it'll probably lose $2.5 billion. We moved down to Victoria. That was the next day, on Wednesday. The $2.5 billion splash on a vaccine factory. But let's just have a think about this. This is a reheated old announcement. The Victorian Labor government has done all the work on it. They got it going. And like a footballer seagulling on the wing, ScoMo has come in unopposed with all the distractions of Mean Girls created by his team. And he sailed in with this high-tech announcement. Cutting edge, said Greg Hunt. It's at the vanguard of technology. And the final set of announcements was the usual stuff from Angus Taylor. It was public funds being diverted to gas companies to frack up the Beetaloo Basin. Now, they have been warned that Australians' carbon pledges, its emissions pledges, will be wrecked if they frack the Beetaloo Basin. A carbon bomb, the guys from IEFA call it. They don't seem to care about that. So Angus has promised $50 million to 7 projects, 4 of which are for a company which pays membership to the Liberal Party, $27,500 a year, and is also a member of the Labor Party for that matter, because Labor and Liberal are indistinguishable when it comes to gas. So here we have it, the APA Group, which never pays any tax because it's a trust structure, a stapled security, a big donor to both the major parties, getting a cash handout when it is highly profitable. That was the week in the Clayton's election campaign, in the shadow election campaign, the campaign that supposedly isn't a campaign yet. Now, of course, we know that the laws in Australia don't prohibit lying in election campaigns. They certainly don't prohibit lying in shadow election campaigns. So once we get to the real thing, sometime after the budget, what are we going to be hearing when this election campaign actually kicks off? It will be riveting stuff. If you like this video, share it around. Thanks to all the Patreon supporters. Your funding, your support makes this possible.